This is the Morning Swim Show for Monday, March 5th, 2012. I'm your host, Peter Bush. In the Phoenix Monitor today, we'll talk to Maureen Travers. She's the head coach of the women's swim team of Long Island University CW Post. Last week, we talked to the coaches of the swim teams that were honored with the highest GPA in Division I swimming by the College Swim Coaches Association. And Coach Travers' team just won the honor for Division II. And she joins us right now in the Phoenix Monitor from Brookville, New York. Coach, welcome to the Morning Swim Show. How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Well, your team had a 3.7 GPA. That was higher than any swim team in any division of college swimming. So congratulations.
Thanks very much.
And I think you won the longest title for the name of the university. So
probably.
Extra kudos. First of all, tell us about your school.
CW Post is part of Long Island University, and it's a private institution. The campus that we're on is about 4,200 undergraduate students, and then another probably like 5,000 of graduate students, doctoral students. But it's a pretty small, mid-sized campus, I guess.
Is it known for fantastic academics, or do you just have the smartest kids on campus?
Honestly, we have the smartest kids on campus. But it's a good school academically, and I'm just very fortunate to be working with a team that understands that balancing academics with their swimming is an important thing to do, and that they need to have good grades and go on in their future beyond swimming.
So do you emphasize that from day one as the coach, or even before that when you're recruiting them?
When we recruit, we're actually very clear with people what we expect from a swimming aspect, but it's also very clear to them that I tell them outright, we don't expect people to be under a 3.0. That sometimes it happens, obviously, but there's always the expectation that you should be striving to maintain a minimum of a 3.0. And, and then we do probably what most other people do. We have study hall that's required for freshmen. And so long as people show that they're doing fine and can handle their academics, they're free after their first year from that. But I tell them I'm a product of my environment, and they're coming into my program. In my house growing up, you didn't mess around with academics, and that's pretty much how we run the program here. So they know what is expected of them when they come in.
And it sounds like the girls really buy into it.
Absolutely. I have a mix. I have some international students as well as some Americans, and I think some of it is with the international kids. They're looking to come to college to be able to continue their academics. That's a big important thing for them, and they want to be able to combine the swimming with that, which they often can't do in their home countries. So there's a really big buy-in right there. And then the American kids coming in, they understand what the expectations are. They're coming from a different perspective, but as a group, they sort of feed off of each other. And I know they have social lives, but they understand during season, their concentration is their swimming and their school and to get things done.
Well, tell us about how the season's going. It sounds like you just had your conference meet.
We had our conference meet a little over a week ago. We had a very successful season. We were 10-1 on dual meet season. And right now we're waiting for our national invitations to come out, but we're hoping that we've qualified relays and 4 individuals. But I won't know till tomorrow.
It looks like it's a pretty young team.
It is a very young team. I only have 2 seniors this year, mostly freshmen and sophomores, so it gives us a tremendous amount of growth, but they're all starting in the right direction, which is great for us.
And the program, what kind of coaching philosophy would you say you have?
Our coaching philosophy, I would say, is always to really do your very best. And again, it sort of ties in with the academics a lot with us. The way we promote the program from within is that we want people to qualify for nationals. We want you to do as well in school as you can. And while everybody won't have a 4.0 and everyone won't qualify for nationals, the underlying belief is that you should be committing 125% to what you're doing. So when they're here on deck on the deck or in the pool, you're giving us everything. And when practice is over, we're good. You don't have to think about swimming anymore, and you need to focus on the next thing at hand. But whatever you're doing, you do to the best of your ability. It's not just go to school and, well, study enough just to get a C. You should always be studying to get the A, whether it happens or not. And the same thing with swimming. You should be always trying to do your best. Everybody has off days in practice, but within that, there's always small things that you can focus on, even if that day you're sort of off or tired and can't do the really bigger things.
Yeah. Well, it's good to hear that there's still so many coaches who have their head in the right place when it comes to academics. This is now the third show in the past few shows that we've done, focusing on this, highlighting the teams that won this amazing honor of the highest GPA, because let's face it, we're in a day and age in which college sports, usually the bigger, money-making sports, have kind of been tainted by, it certainly seems to be more of a focus on what goes on in the field rather than the classroom. And at the end of the day, this is helping, people remind them that they're student athletes, right?
Absolutely.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck with the NCAA invites, and have a good rest of the season.
Thanks very much.
All right, that's Coach Maureen Travers joining us in the Phoenix Monitor today. That's it for today's show. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.